AV एजुकेशन, आपके सपनों की नई उड़ान।
Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb, born in 1618, was considered as the last great Mughal emperor. He was the third son of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. By the time he turned 16, Shah Jahan gave him the post of the governor of Deccan. Aurangzeb moved to Kirki in the Deccan region, which he renamed Aurangabad after him. After some time, Shah Jahan began to favor his elder son Dara Shikoh. Aurangzeb soon earned his father's disfavor and was asked to step down from his post. However, after mending ties with his father, he was made governor of Gujarat, where he did well and was rewarded. By 1647, he was made governor of Balkh and Badakhshan, which lie in the present-day Afghanistan and Tajikistan, replacing his ineffective brother Murad Bakhsh. These areas were constantly attacked by rebels, and Aurangzeb managed to quell them with his military skills. When he was appointed as the governor of Multan and Sindh, he engaged in a long battle in an effort to capture Kandahar from the Safavid army. Unfortunately, Aurangzeb failed to do so and once again earned his father's anger. He was once again appointed the governor of Deccan. Soon after Shah Jahan fell ill, all his sons began to fight over the throne. Aurangzeb defeated his brother Dara's army and condemned him to death, and took his father as prisoner. He defeated his other brothers too, and soon after took over the throne at Agra. His rule lasted 49 years. Although his predecessors were tolerant towards all religions, Aurangzeb enforced strict Islamic law called the Fatwa-e-Alamgiri. He destroyed many Hindu temples, prohibited religious meets, and enforced unfair taxes on non-Muslims, which Akbar had removed. Aurangzeb extended the empire both in the northwest and northeast. His armies consisted of some 500,000 camp followers, 50,000 camels, and 30,000 war elephants. In a quick span of time, he invaded Punjab and Afghanistan. Because of his restrictive rule, Aurangzeb had many enemies, especially the Sikhs. When he insisted that all Kashmir Brahmins must convert to Islam, the helpless Kashmiris turned to the Sikh Guru Tegh Bahadur for help. Aurangzeb refused to listen to his pleas and insisted that he too must convert to Islam. When Tegh Bahadur refused, Aurangzeb had him executed, which triggered a rebellion from the Sikhs. Aurangzeb's army continued to weaken. It was at that time that his new enemies, the Marathas, attacked him, led by Shivaji. For 27 years, the two armies fought many battles, and only after Shivaji's death in 1680 did Aurangzeb and his army get some respite. This relief was short-lived, as the Rajput of Jodhpur and Mewar joined forces and rebelled against Aurangzeb. They declared themselves independent of his rule. Aurangzeb sent his son to quell their rebellions, only to learn later that his son would deceive him. Akbar, Aurangzeb's son, declared himself king and soon fled to the Deccan, where he allied with Shivaji's son Sambhaji. Aurangzeb later sent his son into exile in Persia, from where he never returned. Aurangzeb then captured Sambhaji and killed him. The decline of the empire had already begun. Aurangzeb's political power had weakened because of the time he spent on military matters. His governors and generals became powerful, and many declared themselves independent rulers. Aurangzeb breathed his last in 1707. Though the empire officially came to an end in 1857, when Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar was put on trial. It was at that time that the Mughal Empire was completely wiped